Dr. Rolf's lab rats, the exact same ones he revived using that highly experimental serum and Versavix combo, are dropping dead. Again, which means our beloved Lexie Carver is practically a ticking time bomb. But wait, do not hit that panic button just yet, because against all odds, a miracle is happening. EJ and Dr. Rolf are actually going to find a second cure to save Lexie. Let's break down exactly how this mad scientist is going to pull off the impossible, and trust me, my theory on how they save her is going to blow your mind. Let's set the stage first. Abe Carver is literally floating on air right now. Having Lexie back home, it's surreal. Seeing them try to start this brand new chapter and reconnecting with Theo is giving me all the nostalgic feels. Abe is soaking up every single second of having his family whole again. But let's be real for a second. Abe's mental state is a total mess right now. He is historically Salem's moral compass, but right now, he is emotionally compromised. He's missing Paulina Price terribly, and he's agonizing over how she is holding up. Spoilers say Abe is finally going to break down and confide in Marlena Evans about this heavy guilt he's carrying. I absolutely love Abe, but I think he is bordering on emotional self-sabotage here. You can't live in the past and the present at the same time. Remember his grief when Lexie originally died over a decade ago? That trauma doesn't just vanish. He's terrified of losing her again, but he also feels like he's abandoning Paulina. It's a brilliant, gut-wrenching psychological conflict for a legacy character, and James Reynolds is going to act the house down. Meanwhile, we have Gwen Rizczech lurking in the shadows, and honestly, I am so sick of Gwen always looking for a way to ruin everyone else's lives just because she's miserable. She is planning to blow the lid off EJ's dirty dealings and expose this impending disaster with Dr. Rolf's failing experiment. Gwen wants to watch the DiMera Empire burn, and while I hate her tactics, you have to admit, she knows exactly where to stick the knife. EJ is sweating bullets, you guys. The second Rolf realizes those lab rats are dead, EJ knows the clock is ticking. Lexie is going to start showing some seriously worrying symptoms: dizziness, fatigue, the classic signs that her cellular structure is breaking down again. If Lexie dies a second time, the blood is entirely on EJ's hands. He was playing God just like Stefano used to do. It's classic DiMera hubris. Remember when they messed around with Will Horton's resurrection and the memory serum years ago? They never learn. They always push the boundaries of science until it snaps back and bites them. But here's the kicker. EJ refuses to let Lexie die. He forces Rolf back into the lab, and they actually pull off a miracle. They synthesize a second cure. Now, I've been thinking long and hard about the show's lore, and I want to share what I think is the absolute best and most poetic way for Dr. Rolf to save Lexie. Listen to this. You can't just throw more chemicals at a failing resurrection serum. Versavix is highly unstable. Lexie's body is rejecting it because her DNA doesn't recognize the synthetic compounds. So, how do you anchor it? You need a biological tether. You need blood. I strongly predict that Rolf will realize the only way to stabilize Lexie's cellular decay is by using a stem cell donor who shares her exact genetic makeup combined with a catalyst. And who is that perfect match? Her son, Theo Carver. Imagine this plot twist. Rolf tells EJ that they need Theo. But it's not just a simple blood transfusion. Rolf needs to combine Theo's DNA with the legendary DiMera Orchid. Yes, the exact same ultra-rare botanical miracle they used a few years ago to save Marlena, Kayla, and Kate from that biotoxin. Rolf will extract the regenerative properties of the orchid and bond it with Theo's living cells to create a localized genetic reboot for Lexie. I think this move would be absolute genius writing. Why? Because it completely flips the script. Usually, the DiMeras are the ones causing all the pain for the Carver family. But this time, It's a beautiful collaboration. Theo gets a massive emotional hero moment by literally saving his mother's life. It cements the bond between the Carvers and the DiMeras in a positive way, and it actually gives EJ a path to real redemption. He isn't just the arrogant villain. He's the guy who moved heaven and earth, risking his own exposure to keep a family together. Plus, it makes Dr. Rolf look like the ultimate mad genius of daytime TV once again. When Rolf injects Lexie with this new Theo Orchid booster serum, her vitals will stabilize. The decay will stop. The miracle is complete. I am so hyped to see how this plays out on screen. Will Gwen manage to ruin it before Rolf can administer the cure? Will Paulina find out the truth about how close Lexie came to the edge? What do you guys think? Do you love my theory about Theo being the key to the cure? Or do you think Rolf is going to pull something else out of his sleeve? And who are you rooting for in the Abe romance department? Is it Lexie or Paulina? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get a debate going. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.